Welcome to Floki Vilgerdarson's video. Floki is an interesting and charismatic person who depicted loyalty, creativity, and a cunning mind. In this video, I will go over 6 chapters about his life. Let me know your favorite thing about Floki in the comments. Chapter 1. Explorer and Navigator. Floki, a notable figure from the Viking Age, was not just an ordinary sailor but a master navigator, renowned for his deep understanding and application of ancient navigation techniques. His journey to Iceland, often considered one of the most significant feats of Viking exploration, showcased his exceptional skills and innovative methods in traversing the treacherous waters of the North Atlantic. Key aspects of Floki's navigation skills: use of natural signs. Floki's navigation heavily relied on reading natural signs, such as the behavior of birds, ocean currents, and wind patterns. He understood how these elements interacted and could use them to guide his voyages. For example, by observing the flight patterns of birds, Floki could determine the direction of land, sun and stars. Like many Vikings, Floki would have used the sun and stars to navigate. The sun's position during the day and the stars at night were crucial for determining direction. The Vikings even had a name for the sun compass, a sunstone which they used to locate the sun's position on cloudy days. Experience with longships. Viking longships, with their shallow drafts and superior maneuverability, were ideal for both ocean voyages and river navigation. Floki's expertise in handling these vessels was crucial for his successful journeys. He would have had an intimate understanding of how to harness the wind and waves to his advantage. Floki's expeditions were not without challenges. His journey to Iceland was marked by trial and error, as he learned to navigate the open ocean and adapt to unforeseen circumstances. This adaptability was key to his success as an explorer. Innovative strategies. Floki's approach to exploration was methodical yet innovative. He is believed to have released ravens to find land. If the raven did not return, it had found land. This raven method was an ingenious way to seek out new territories. Impact of Floki's explorations, paving the way for future settlements. Floki's journey to Iceland, despite its initial challenges, paved the way for future Norse settlements. His reports and the routes he took served as valuable guides for those who followed in his footsteps. Legacy in navigation. Floki's methods and journeys contributed significantly to the Vikings' reputation as skilled navigators. His legacy lived on in the tales and sagas of the Norse people, inspiring future generations of explorers. Chapter 2. Floki's deep connection with Norse paganism. Floki, a prominent Viking explorer, was not only renowned for his seafaring and navigational skills, but also for his profound spiritual beliefs and adherence to Norse paganism. His life and voyages were deeply intertwined with his religious practices and rituals, which played a crucial role in guiding his decisions and actions. Aspects of Floki's spiritual beliefs and practices. Devotion to Norse gods. Floki was a devout follower of the Old Norse gods, particularly dedicated to Odin, the chief god of war, wisdom and poetry, and Thor, the god of thunder and strength. His voyages were often seen as spiritual quests, seeking favor and guidance from these deities. Rituals and omens. Before embarking on his voyages, Floki would engage in various rituals to seek the blessings of the gods and to interpret omens for a successful journey. These rituals could include sacrifices, prayers and ceremonies designed to invoke divine favor and protection. Nature and the supernatural. Floki's spirituality was closely linked with nature and the supernatural. He believed that natural phenomena, like the behavior of birds or the pattern of the waves, were messages from the gods. His decision-making process was often influenced by interpreting these signs as omens. Use of runes and magic. Runes, the ancient alphabet used by the Norse, had a spiritual significance beyond mere writing. Floki, like many of his contemporaries, might have used runes for divination and magical purposes, seeking insight into the future or the will of the gods. Respect for Cedar and shamanism. Cedar was a type of Norse magic or shamanism, often associated with prophecy and altering the course of destiny. While primarily practiced by women, known as vulvas or seeresses, men like Floki also held these practitioners in high regard, sometimes seeking their counsel. Impact of Floki's beliefs on his voyages, guidance and decision-making. Floki's spiritual beliefs directly influenced his decisions during his voyages. He interpreted signs and omens as guidance from the gods, determining his actions based on these interpretations. Mental and emotional strength. His faith provided him with mental and emotional strength, especially during challenging times. believing in the support and protection of the gods, likely gave Floki and his crew confidence and resilience. Cultural legacy. Floki's deep connection with Norse paganism contributed to the rich tapestry of Viking culture and mythology. His life, as depicted in sagas and tales, serves as a window into the spiritual world of the Vikings, showcasing their beliefs, rituals, and their intimate connection with the divine and natural worlds. Chapter 3. Floki's pioneering voyage. Floki Vilgerdarson's journey to Iceland stands as a hallmark of Viking exploration, marking him as one of the earliest Norse settlers in this new and uncharted land. His expedition was not a mere chance discovery, but a deliberate and planned endeavor, showcasing his adventurous spirit and desire to explore beyond the known horizons. Key elements of Floki's settlement in Iceland: planned exploration. Unlike earlier Norse seafarers who might have stumbled upon Iceland by accident, Floki's voyage was a deliberate expedition. He had heard tales of a land to the northwest and set out specifically to find and explore it. This intentionality distinguishes him as a true explorer. Preparation and journey. Floki spent considerable time preparing for his journey, understanding the importance of being well equipped for such a daring venture. His voyage involved navigating the rough North Atlantic, a testament to his skills as a sailor and his tenacity in facing the unknown. Initial challenges. Upon arriving in Iceland, Floki and his crew faced various challenges, including harsh weather and unfamiliar terrain. The initial hardships they encountered were significant, as they had to adapt to an environment vastly different from their Scandinavian homeland. Survival and adaptation. Despite these challenges, Floki and his crew managed to survive and adapt to their new surroundings. They explored parts of the island, learning to utilize the resources they found. This period was crucial in demonstrating the feasibility of living in Iceland. Naming of Iceland. It was Floki who gave Iceland its name. After experiencing a particularly harsh winter and observing icebergs in the fjords, he named the island Iceland, a name that has endured. This act of naming was symbolic, marking the Norse acknowledgement and claiming of this new land. Implications of Floki's settlement. Foundation for future settlements. Floki's journey laid the groundwork for future Norse settlements in Iceland. His reports and experiences, despite the initial difficulties, highlighted the island's potential for habitation and resources. Contribution to Norse expansion. Floki's expedition to Iceland was part of the larger Norse expansion across the Atlantic. His voyage contributed to the Viking Age's narrative of exploration, settlement, and the Norsemen's remarkable seafaring abilities. Historical and cultural impact. Floki's settlement in Iceland holds a significant place in Norse history and heritage. His venture into Iceland is not only a story of exploration and survival, but also an integral part of the rich tapestry of Norse saga and legend. Chapter 4. Floki's influence on the Nordic world. Floki Vilgerdarson's role in naming Iceland is a crucial part of his legacy, showcasing his significant influence on the Nordic world. This act was more than just a simple naming. It was a moment that encapsulated his experiences and perceptions of the new land he encountered. Context of the naming. Winter hardships. Floki's decision to name the island Iceland came after enduring a particularly harsh winter. This challenging period was marked by extreme cold, which significantly impacted his crew and their ability to settle. Observation of the environment. The name Iceland was inspired by Floki's observation of the icebergs floating in the fjords. This scenery, stark and imposing, left a lasting impression on him, capturing the essence of the landscape he encountered. Symbolism and impact of the name. Descriptive naming. The Vikings often named places descriptively, based on significant physical features or events. In naming the island Iceland, Floki followed this tradition, choosing a name that reflected the land's characteristic icy landscape. Influencing perceptions. The name Iceland influenced how others perceived the island. It highlighted the challenging aspects of the environment, potentially shaping the expectations and preparations of future settlers. Enduring legacy. The name Iceland has endured over the centuries, becoming a fundamental part of the country's identity. It is a testament to Floki's lasting impact on Nordic exploration and the shaping of geographic identities. Role in Norse exploration and culture. Narrative significance. The act of naming Iceland is significant in Norse sagas and histories. It not only marks a geographical discovery, but also symbolizes the Norse ability to navigate, explore, and understand new territories. Cultural reflection. The naming reflects the Norse explorers' interaction with the natural world. It showcases how their experiences and perceptions were deeply intertwined with their surroundings, influencing their cultural and historical narratives. Chapter 5. Unconventional Personality. Floki Vilgerdarson's personality was marked by a blend of eccentricity, resilience, and a profound connection with nature. His unconventional approach to life and exploration set him apart from his contemporaries, making him a unique and memorable figure in Viking history. Aspects of Floki's unconventional personality. Eccentric and independent. Floki was known for his eccentric behavior. Often driven by his deep spiritual beliefs and personal convictions, he was independent-minded, not afraid to follow his own path or make decisions that others might have considered unconventional or risky. Deep connection with nature. Floki's bond with nature was a defining aspect of his character. He was acutely aware of natural phenomena and their meanings, using this understanding to guide his actions. This connection extended to his navigation skills, where he used natural signs like bird behavior and weather patterns to make decisions. Spiritual and superstitious. Floki's spirituality was not just a part of his religious beliefs, but also intertwined with his daily life. He was superstitious, often interpreting natural events as omens or messages from the gods, and his actions were significantly influenced by these beliefs. Adventurous and curious. Floki's adventurous spirit was a key driver behind his voyages. He was inherently curious, always seeking to explore new lands and experiences. This curiosity pushed him to undertake risky journeys, like his expedition to Iceland. Resilient and adaptable. Despite facing numerous challenges during his travels, Floki's resilience was remarkable. He was able to adapt to new environments and situations, learning from his experiences and using this knowledge to survive and thrive. Impact of Floki's personality on his legacy. Inspirational figure. Floki's unique personality traits made him an inspirational figure, both in his time and in the sagas that followed. His independence, connection with nature, and adventurous spirit were qualities that resonated in the Norse culture. Influence on exploration. Floki's approach to exploration, driven by his unconventional personality, influenced the way future voyages were undertaken. His methods and experiences provided valuable insights for other explorers. Cultural icon. In Norse culture and literature, Floki is often portrayed as a symbol of the bold, pioneering spirit of the Vikings. His character embodies the adventurous, brave, and sometimes unpredictable nature that is often associated with Viking explorers. Chapter 6. Floki's enduring impact. Floki Vilgerdarson's legacy extends far beyond his lifetime, with his story influencing the course of Scandinavian history, culture, and mythology for centuries. His voyages and life experiences blend fact and legend, making him a seminal figure in the narrative of Norse exploration. Key aspects of Floki's legacy and influence. Pioneer of Norse settlements in Iceland. Floki is often celebrated as one of the first Norsemen to deliberately set sail to and settle in Iceland. His journey inspired subsequent waves of Norse migration to the island, ultimately leading to a significant Norse settlement and the establishment of a unique Icelandic culture. Cultural and historical icon. Floki's adventures and the tales surrounding them have become an integral part of Norse sagas and mythology. These stories have been passed down through generations, contributing to a rich cultural heritage that captures the essence of the Viking Age. Symbol of Viking exploration. Floki's story symbolizes the daring and adventurous spirit of the Vikings. His journey to Iceland, marked by both success and hardship, reflects the broader theme of exploration, discovery, and resilience that characterizes the Viking era. Influence on modern perceptions. Floki's character, especially as portrayed in popular culture and media, has shaped contemporary perceptions of Vikings. His portrayal in literature, television, and other forms of entertainment highlights the fascination with Viking history and their adventurous endeavors. Inspiration for exploration. Floki's exploration of Iceland has served as an inspiration for future generations of explorers and adventurers. His ability to navigate uncharted territories and adapt to new environments resonates with those who seek to explore and understand the unknown. Impact on Scandinavian and global heritage. Contribution to Scandinavian identity. Floki's voyages and the subsequent Norse settlement of Iceland are a fundamental part of Scandinavian history. They reflect the seafaring prowess, resilience, and pioneering spirit that are key aspects of the Scandinavian identity. Global historical significance. the Norse settlement of Iceland, with Floki being a leading figure, is an important event in global history. It represents one of the early instances of European exploration and expansion, setting a precedent for future explorations. Enduring influence in art and literature, Floki's story has influenced artists, writers, and storytellers, with his life and adventures often serving as a source of creative inspiration. His character embodies many of the qualities that make Viking stories compelling and resonant across different cultures and time periods. Celebrating Floki and other adventurous Vikings such as Ragnar Lothbrok, check out his video here.